What is the slippery slope argument against gun control? Have you ever wondered how a small change in laws could lead to much bigger consequences? The slippery slope argument against gun control suggests that even minor regulations could lead to severe restrictions on Second Amendment rights. This idea is especially popular among Republicans and advocates for gun rights. They believe that starting with what some call common sense regulations, like expanded background checks or bans on certain types of firearms, sets a dangerous precedent. Over time, these initial measures could lead to more extreme laws that threaten the very foundation of gun ownership in America. One core component of this argument is the idea of incremental erosion. Each new regulation can lower the resistance to further restrictions. For example, if lawmakers ban high-capacity magazines, it might not be long before they target semi-automatic firearms, which many people own for self-defense and recreational purposes. Another aspect is the concept of precedent setting. Once a law is in place, it serves as a benchmark for future legislation. Courts and lawmakers might use existing regulations to justify even broader restrictions. This could lead to mandatory buybacks or licensing requirements that disproportionately affect law-abiding gun owners. Concerns about confiscation also play a significant role in this argument. Many supporters fear that registration requirements or red flag laws could allow future governments to seize firearms under vague definitions of public safety risk. This could effectively nullify the protections offered by the Second Amendment. In the context of political polarization, Republicans often view the Second Amendment as a vital safeguard against government overreach. They see any compromise on gun regulations as a threat to individual liberty. This perspective is reinforced by historical examples where initial regulations in other countries led to stricter controls, although these comparisons are often debated. When it comes to practical applications in policy debates, there is strong opposition to universal background checks. While proponents frame these measures as common sense, many Republicans see them as a gateway to federal firearm registries that could facilitate future confiscation. Similarly, resistance to bans on what are labeled assault weapons stems from the belief that defining these weapons based on cosmetic features is arbitrary. Many Republican-led states have enacted laws to prevent local governments from imposing stricter gun regulations. This aims to avoid a patchwork of rules that could normalize restrictive policies. While some gun owners and conservatives acknowledge that avoiding discussions on reform could allow uninformed lawmakers to draft laws, the dominant Republican viewpoint stresses the need for vigilance against any regulatory encroachment. Key terms in this debate include common sense gun laws, which critics argue often target law-abiding owners rather than addressing the root causes of violence. Red flag laws, which allow temporary removal of firearms from individuals deemed threats, are viewed skeptically due to concerns about due process. The interpretation of the Second Amendment's well-regulated militia phrase is also significant. Some argue it supports individual rights since militias historically comprised ordinary citizens bearing personal arms. This slippery slope argument remains central to Republican opposition to gun control, framing the discussion as a defense of constitutional rights against potential government overreach.